Hello, my friends. We are back with green energy with even more Dark Souls Remastered. Where we left off is we unlocked that shortcut to the depths bonfire right here, so that we can get to the boss very easily. We're going to take out our hollow friend still, because this guy will follow us if we try to just walk by him. But now we can just drop down. We're still going to ignore the big rat. We might not actually have to fight him at all. He's not tough, so he's not too much of a challenge. It's the same thing that applies with normal rats. You kind of have to take the swipes when you can and then back away. Let your stamina regen. And then repeat, just like I'm doing with our little gooey friend right here. We're gonna take care of him. Ooh. We're just doing this so they don't follow us to the next area. The rats are more likely to do that. The ones that are right ahead of us here. Oh. Oh. Where did you come from? He might have come from the tunnels down that way. But he seemed bigger than the rats that are up here. These are the smaller ones. He's leading us towards the boss, but we can take care of him out real quick. Now first, we can talk to this merchant. So he's got that lightning resin. He's also got the bottomless box that we can buy here as well, along with some weapons that we're not going to invest in, and neither are these arrows or armor. And remember that I'm not doing that.
It's a shame, but no matter. No, not to worry. Come back again. I'm always available. Not every trade was meant to be. There'll be more in store for us someday, sometime.
That I'm not doing that because I like to see what's in the battlefield and take from that when we play games in the future. You'll notice that that's just kind of how I am. I like seeing the things that are in the world and trying to make use of what we find versus trying to buy stuff. So we can take on the boss with 9 Estus. It should be plenty. He's not super difficult as long as you are very patient with our movements. We're just going to check all of these corners, because I can't remember if there were items. Those are rats that you're hearing. They're the ones that we fought earlier right above us. If we wouldn't have killed that caster, he's going to cast from that tower all the way down on us. So it's very important that you take care of that. Now there might be stuff over here, which helps out to point out that I'm not a master. We're actually going to have Solaire once again, so I'm going to summon him right now so he can load in. And here's an item. Crossbow and some bolts. Now, this boss battle, unlike the other ones we fought so far, you really don't need the summoned phantom in order to do it. It does make it a slight bit easier, but it's a very manageable fight otherwise. But we're going to have a cutscene real quick before we take on our next boss here in the depths. Now this kind of nasty fella is the Gaping Dragon. And the key to this fight is we're going to try to bait him to go down on all of his legs like that. And then try to get him to do this charging attack. Because if we do that, he's eventually going to stop, and we can hit him in his rear end. This method does take some time, but I can go through the entire battle without taking damage this way. And if he jumps up, we just want to run back. We're going to try to bait him to do it again. Soler's doing something. Oh, he's dying. I guess while that's happening. So you have to be careful. We're trying to wait for that charge to go first. Because he's going to do that charge, and then all of his legs are going to hit us. Ooh. So Soler is probably going to die because he's very much going on the offensive as opposed to playing very passive like we are. Beat that charge. I think after we do these hits, I'm going to get that claymore out and see how much more damage it's going to do. I believe it's the strongest weapon we have. So if he's walking towards you, let's try to run away and see if we can get him to go down again. Just be very mindful. There's 3 walls and then that ledge that he came out of. You can fall down through that ledge. Right, let's see if this helps us more or not. We get 3 hits versus 4, but we do get some decent damage, so I think I'm going to stick with the claymore for the remainder of this fight. Got some armor. Come on, my friend. Attaboy. He does shimmy to the sides a little bit, so you have to be very cautious of exactly where you're standing when you're fighting him. This is very much a slow, melodical, do the same thing over and over again fight. I don't blame you guys if it's not the most entertaining fight to watch, but... Whoa! So, if you get a little greedy like I just did, and you don't run off, he can whip you with his tail. I think in terms of how the boss looks, he's actually super creepy. It looks kind of neat. It's just unfortunate that the boss is actually pretty easy for how intimidating he looks. So if you would have shown me a picture of what this boss looks like, I would not have assumed that this is what the fight would have been. Ooh. He almost caught us there. I just want to make sure if we have a better weapon, we're using it. I think we have, this might even be better. Maybe not. Oh, I like that move. We're gonna give it another shot. Our strong attack is the spin move. That might be worth giving it a shot, because our light attack is just the pokes. He's not going for that charge again. He's gonna try to squish us. Too slow. Not bad. Just to make sure. Yep, that's the best we got. I think that it's only 2 stronger than the Claymore, though. I don't think he's going to charge. He's probably going to lift his stomach up again. I stand corrected. Alright, stayed a little too long. I was prepared for him to whip his tail back and forth. Ooh, that might hurt. I was prepared for him to land on us. So this nasty puke stuff, I don't believe it actually hurts us, but it slows you down if you're stuck in it. Alright, I am gonna go back to the Claymore. It just seems like it's gonna be a little quicker because I can do more slices. Trying to speed this fight up just a little bit for you guys. This is a longer fight. Even though the halberd does more damage, this is... Oh! Saw that coming. This allows me to get an extra hit in, which actually does another 70 to 80 damage. Ew. Alright, we might be able to get him on this one. If not, it's going to be the next one. It's going to be the next one. Like another 2 hits would do it. 3 hits. Still got it. And we got the key to Blighttown, along with some humanity and that homeward bone. It's this way. No, it's not. Yes it is. I'm a fool right now. Don't know where I am. Alright, so that Blighttown key is going to open this giant double door right here. Now there's some items in the first half of Blighttown that I don't find super useful. I can play the entire game without going after them. Not to mention that this first half of Blighttown I consider to be way more difficult. So we're actually going to go do some other areas first and come back to Blighttown from the back entrance and do the second half. That's just how I've been playing this game, and that's how, if you want a less stressful playthrough, that's the way I would do it. Because we're actually going to go back to the Undead Asylum where we began our adventure at, and we're going to do that area before we come back for Blighttown. But we're going to come do our bonfire first, and we're going to level up. Let's take a look at our soul items and see if we got any. Yes, we do. We need to spend all of these. Now, this soul, you can see, it's the soul of the moonlight butterfly, and it's yellow as opposed to being white. We got this soul from fighting the moonlight butterfly. It's considered to be a boss soul as opposed to just a normal one. It costs more souls, so we can get more, but it also creates a unique weapon. Another proof that my mastery of this game is not as high as it could be, or as high as other players might be. I don't know how to do that in Dark Souls 1. So I use the souls to acquire XP points, which we were shy to do our next one anyways. We're gonna go back to our longsword so that we have speed. Let's see if we can make it past all of our nasty friends right here. Perfect. Because now we're going to head back to Firelink in order to go back to the Undead Asylum. So if you go towards the item and then roll away, you can actually get the gooey guy to fall down for you. Since this water is deeper, we're actually moving a little slower. But that way we can grab that soul item. I'm going to try to speed run through this area. Those butchers don't respawn. I didn't mention that earlier, but it was because I couldn't remember if they did or not. I want to try not to die here. We made it through. If the dogs chase us, it'll only be the dogs. Ooh. Oh, we hit him. I thought I was going to be walking on the platform instead of giving it a big old smack. Just the big old leisurely walk back to the Firelink. You'll notice every time you come back to Firelink how easy these guys get. It's because you're leveling up your character. Which we'll be able to do one time right here. Get our vitality up even higher, and we're going to save that soul item that we picked up for when we have more souls. Here is our pyromancy friend.
Well, I see you made it out. Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my pyromancy grade small, so I can use it to a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share spells with you. I think you have a knack for it, all you need are materials. I'll be pleased to help you. Unless you find the magic's unsafe.
So,
Oh really? But it's your choice. I'm on the fringe. Yeah, I know it. Undead or not, that's who I am. I only wish that I could have repaid you somehow.
I meant to press no there.
I like.
So we're going to go through, and then we'll press no.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame.
What?
But I'm on.
Anyways, if you listen to the dialogue and press the right button, unlike what I just did, you can get pyromancies from them. These two characters just tell you to leave that lady alone, and I don't remember if she does anything.
You are undead as well. We've no time to fraternize. I have my mission, and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
Yeah, fun stuff. They're coming here to get our friend, though. And they're going to venture off pretty soon. So to get back to the Undead Asylum, we need to go back up to the crow's nest. And in order to do that, you have to hop on the elevator that takes us to the Undead Church. But then we're going to walk off right here. And from there, if we walk over to this cliff, then what we're going to do is we're going to look right at that ledge, and we're going to jump towards it. Or roll towards it. And there's our crow, but we need to get all the way up to the crow's nest. We're going to get these items when we come back. And then you got to curl up like a ball. And eventually a cutscene will take place. Any day now. Here we go. It takes us right back to the Undead Asylum. Only this time, some of the enemy placements will have changed. Including these guys who were not outside before. You must be very careful not to let these guys take advantage of you. We're going to head inside, but in this room, we don't want to go straight across the room, because that floor in the middle is actually going to break. It's going to take us down to the boss. We got these undead guys that are actually going to come and try to ruin our day. But they don't pose as much of a threat. And then we can come over to this bonfire. And that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment of what you enjoyed. If you want to see more content, feel free to subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Continue spreading positive vibes and be good people.